Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy II or Final Fantasy IV in Japan on the Wii Virtual Console. Last episode, Jarvis and Rupes defeated the dragon in the Mist Cave and they stopped right outside the village Mist. So now it's time for us to deliver the package. However, as soon as we step into the village, the package opens automatically and this ring of bombs come out. We'll at least see these are bomb type enemies later on in the game. And they basically destroy the village. There's some little goal up there on the upper right. I'm going to show off a glitch then after the episode that speedrunners use to kind of break the game, make it go really fast. What? We brought this package to burn the village. Why? Because even though this village is being burnt down here, we'll be able to visit it later on. I guess it's kind of rebuilt. And there's a really good weapon you can get, and some good equipment. My mom's dragon fell, so my mom did too. I heard of these people, these power some monsters. They are callers. We defeated the dragon, so my mother's gone also. You've beaten my mother's dragon? We didn't mean to do this to your mother. His Majesty wanted us to wipe out the cause of the village and used us to do that. Incredible. I'm afraid we must do away with her too. Jarvis, she's just a kid. You dare to renounce your loyalty to His Majesty? Forget it. Never again will I follow such an order. Well, Rupes, I knew you'd say so. I won't let you do it alone. Jarvis, I owe His Majesty much. Still, I cannot disgrace the Dragoons. Then will you? But Baron is the mightiest country in the world. It's impossible for us to challenge his might alone. We must gather other countries. And you know, you must rescue Rosa. Thank you, Jarvis. Not for your sake. Let's get out of here fast. What about the girl? We can't leave her alone. Listen, it's dangerous here. Come with us, okay? No. Let's take her away. No, go away. Wait, please. Go away. I hate you. I hate you all. We get into a little battle here. You can attack her, but nothing's gonna happen. Even if you do manage to hit her. She summons this Titan. That'll be a spell that she gets much later. Unfortunately, she's not going to have that spell when she joins the party. And she's about to join the party very soon. So, yeah, too bad she doesn't have that spell, because that would break the game probably more than the equipment and the items that we're going to get when to show off that glitch. But for now, we'll just continue as normally, and I will be continuing the game as normally. I won't be using the glitch, so that way if you can't perform the glitch, you know, you can still play along with me and see it not being cheated. So, and apparently Jarvis has disappeared, so I can't stay here any longer. I have to escape Baron with this goal. So maybe he got lost in the earthquake, but for now, Rupes is back by himself. Luckily, Rupes is pretty strong, and the enemies are still kind of weak, so most of the enemies you can take out in one hit yet. This is where if we were in the Japanese version and he had this darkness command, it would help, because it takes off 1/10 of his max hit points, but it does damage to every single enemy on the thing, so you could probably wipe out those enemies in like one hit. Costs a little bit of hit points, but it's okay, because we're going to get a free heal here coming up. Just make our way to the northeast here, and we see a town by this oasis. Here's a new enemy, the Sand Moth, that we could have ran into in the Cave of Mist. But luckily we got it here, so we won't have to, when we go back to the Cave of Mist, we won't have to farm this enemy. When we get back to Byron, though, there's some enemies on the outskirts of Byron that I didn't get. We'll farm them later, but like I said, we're going to be returning to these areas later on in the game. But for now, we just met those larvae in the Mist Cave. Then we got the Sand Moths. Surprisingly, they're not weak to like arrows. A lot of flying enemies are weak to arrows and spears, but those ones aren't. The enemies around Baron that I said that we'll come back and get to later, they are though, so. Here we are in Kaipo. She must rest. And we take her right to the inn. This is all taking place out of our control. Look at this guy's nice, and he lets us have no spend the night with no money. He's just like, yeah, just take her to the inn, let her rest. So he does. You okay? I haven't heard your name yet. Well, she has a fake name right now. I know I have done awful things, but at least let me protect you. So obviously she's very distrustful of us because of what happened with her mother. Which kind of raises a weird plot point later on in the game, but I'll point that out much later. But overnight, well, we got some soldiers here. I finally found you, Rupes. Wait. His Majesty has said the cause of Mist are too dangerous to be left alive. What? Hand her over. No. And now we're actually protecting her from these soldiers. The soldiers will just wait, and then they'll attack on the officer's command. If you defeat all the soldiers, the officer will just retreat. However, the officer is worth 400 experience. And in this game, you get that experience, and you divide it by the amount of party members that are alive at the end of the battle. So all that 400 experience will go right to Rupes. So it's worth like 2.5 of the soldiers. Soldiers are worth like, I think, 120. So yeah, you want to just take some extra time here to defeat the officer to get his, get that experience and the gold that he drops. Now, it's not necessary that you do this, but I always like to do it. Plus, if you're like trying to fill out the bestiary, you have to defeat the officer. So, some of the remakes, they have a bestiary feature, which lists all the monsters you defeated and their stats. So, it might take a little while because the officer is in the back row, because the soldiers are in front. So your attack is halved on him, and your attack is halved on him, and the your hit percentage goes down on him as well. So that's why you're seeing a lot of misses there from Rupes. But as long as you're persistent, if you're getting really bad luck like I am here, you can always use one of your Cure 1 potions that you picked up. Either from an enemy drop, or there was some in the Cave of Mist. But once you defeat the officer, you're all okay, because then the soldier will stop attacking you. And you're gonna spend the rest of the night at the inn here, so you'll get a free heal. So you don't necessarily use that potion until you're really almost ready to be defeated. Once the officer goes down, the soldier just attacks himself. Any remaining soldiers attack themselves, and they basically just finish themselves off. So we can get a bunch of experience because of that. That'll help us gain us a level, help us out for a little bit here. Not that we're going to be alone much longer, because we protected her, the girl. She is going to decide to come with us. And we'll rename her in just a little bit. Her canon name is Rydia, but we're renaming all the final party members after the rats. So this is going to be Georgie. Like Baron, there's going to be a training room in this village. So we're going to go to that village training thing, and we're going to rename Georgia with Naningway. So that guy let us know that woman let us know that there's somebody named Anna who was raised by a guy named Tella. Now Rydia is really weak right now. All she has, she'll learn some white magic, some black magic. White magic is like healing, defensive magic. Black magic is offensive magic. Keep our special refreshments for desperate parched throats. She also has the call magic. I'm on my way to Fabule, but a strange old man is blocking the waterway. Luckily, a few customers days because of monsters. Only the Damsian royalty can enter the cave outline to the east of Damsine. These are all places we're going to have to visit later on in the game. Just giving us a little bit of a heads up right now. And then Lydia also has that call magic. Someone picked up a sick girl from Baron. Uh-oh. Well, that's sick. There are front and rear rows, and the party's battle questions place weak ones in the back, which we have. We've placed Lydia in the back there. The Damson Castle is in the north, governs this area. The Crown Prince sings beautifully as a bard. to make sure we grab that Ether 1. Now, apparently there was a girl from Baron who fell down here and was picked up, a sick girl. She is going to be up in the upper right house there that I skipped going into. Because if we go in there, we're going to trigger a sequence and we're going to miss some dialogue in the cave to the northeast. Welcome to Cape Over the Desert. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to come back here. Let's just first change Rydia's name here to Georgie. Unfortunately, I can't fit the last E because they gave me only a 6-letter character, but we can make it work. Georgie. There we go. Yeah, I missed the last E, but that's okay. We know we can read it. So the training room says the same thing as the one in Baron, so we don't have to talk with these folks again. But we do want to talk with the rest of the villagers. You'll know we don't want to talk with the people in the northeast house there. So we don't need any of this armor. We could buy an iron ring. We're going to get another party member soon. They don't have a ring, but that party member is kind of over-leveled, and they don't necessarily need that ring, so... Underground waterway is northeast of Capo, but 8 big sea snakes are blocking the way. So yeah, just save your money. Anna fell in love with a man, but Tella didn't allow her to see him, so they ran away. We learned that Anna was raised all alone by some guy named Tella, by her father Tella. Here's that another dancer. She's gonna do like synchronized swimming. In the Olympics, you see they dive under the water, they stick their legs up out of the water and do movements and stuff. That's what she kind of just did there. But she's solo. Thankfully, Rupes is no longer solo, but he's still going to be basically carrying most of the weight of the party right now because Georgie is really, really weak. Georgie comes equipped with a rod, and the rod can be used as an item to kind of cast like a weak spell on enemies. So I'll show that off real quick. So you want to use that when you're attacking. She doesn't have any black magic spells yet, and the Chocobo is kind of a waste to cast right now because it costs 7 MP, and she only has 30 to start with. So you just go into your item menu, you press item in battle and go up, press up, and it takes you to your inventory, your weapon equipped and your shield equipped. Georgie can't equip a shield. There's a glitch that allows her to later on in the game. Right now she just has a weapon. So it's best to just have her use this rod weapon because it'll deal some damage. She's in the back row and that rod is a melee weapon. And so that rod has really bad accuracy from the back row, where magic spells and special attacks don't have that accuracy penalty. So she'll hit all the time with the rod, so just use the rod for her. Eventually, when she gains enough experience, she'll learn the black magic spell Lightning. And Lightning is really good in this dungeon because most of the enemies, it's the waterway, the enemies are going to be water elemental, and water elemental enemies are weak to lightning. So, she hasn't learned that spell. She did learn the Ice 1 spell, though. That'd be because there's some amphibians, some toads in here, and toads and reptiles will learn in the future are weak to ice. There's that old man blocking the way. What are you? Beyond here is a nest of dangerous monsters. It's too dangerous. Go back to Capo. So yeah, that old man will actually join our party. Spoiler, that's Tella, Anna's father, who we learned about. But if we try to go this way before finding out about that sick girl from Baron, he's going to block the way. So, but this gives a little bit of time to gain some experience here for Georgie. She got some levels there. She levels up pretty quickly because she's at level 1. I will show off the sight spell real quick. It's like the midget bread in Final Fantasy 3, where it just gives a zoom out of the map so you can see where you're kind of going. We have another new enemy, the Sandpede. I'll show off the Chocobo summon here because we're going to heal up when we get back to Capo. That'll just help Georgie's survivability when we actually start going back into the waterway. Yeah, Chocobo, she summons a monster. The monster comes out and does an attack. The Chocobo is the weakest of the monsters. Just does a Chocobo kick. At this point in the game, you can also have another summon to summon the Imp Summon. I said that these monsters, these imps here, their super rare drop is the Imp Summon. And if you use that, basically what Georgie does is you can call one of these little imps into battle, and they just basically like hit the enemy. They're really weak to physical attack, so it's actually weaker than Chocobo. So it's only really there for like completionist sake. As you can saw, when she tried to attack something with the rod, it didn't work because she has really bad accuracy, because, you know, rod's a melee weapon. So here we're back in Capo, and we're going to make a save, and this is where we'll pick up in our next episode. Take care, have a good one. But first I'm going to show off the skip for Mist. So what happens is, like, you press left and A to enter the menu at the same time, and you saw that Rupes there turned over to the right, started making that thing, and so he's basically, technically now he's one square over to the left wrong. So we can step onto the village here, save our game, make a save just to be safe, and then we're going to try to do that same glitch again here, where we're going to go over to the right and press A at the same time, and we're going to make a save game, and if you basically time it correctly, you'll create the save as you're walking over to the right. So now we're one screen over, we're one tile over to the right, to the wrong side, and that allows us to skip through the entire Village of Mist. Eventually the game will soft lock if you keep going this way, because we need to pick up Georgie and go through this plot point. We can basically go through the next dungeon, that waterway, but you know, you're gonna have to go back. But the reason to do the skip is so that you can get this really good equipment, the Dancing Dagger, and a few other magical items. But it's really expensive, so in order to do that, we're going to do this duplication glitch. So we're going to go up into the, find a blank space in our menu within the item square, and then go up into our items, and you notice when I selected that square, I selected the square on the right, and then I took off Jarvis's shield on the left side, and then without going back into the item menu, I selected Jarvis's spear and then moved it back into the inventory. But you notice the way the game tries to keep things organized is it moved the shield from the right side over to the left side. So now that's going to cause like a really weird glitch to happen in Jarvis's inventory. I'm also doing a little duplication glitch with Rupes here. This is how we're going to get a whole bunch of money. So after the battle, I'm just going to go back into our menu and now look at Jarvis's equipment. Now if we equip the Shadow Blade, we get double it. If you take an item out of the in battle and then put it back in your inventory and then put it back on battle, you will, it'll double when you put it back on after battle. So that's why the shield doubled there too. But I took that, it looked like there was like a weird block on Jarvis's inventory where his spear was, and then I replaced that with the spear, and then it disappeared, and then I replaced the spear onto that old thing. So now there's what happens is there's 65,535 spears basically in that one inventory slot there. It overflows. We made like a phantom spear, and then it underflowed the thing. That allows us to buy this Dancing Dagger. There's an armor here, but it's really bad armor, so we don't need to buy armor to break the game. But you want to buy at least 3 of those Dancing Daggers, because they'll be really powerful to make characters like Georgie really powerful, because she can actually use a Dancing Dagger, and it's like the rod weapon, where it does a little damage spell, but the Dancing Dagger is much more powerful than the rod. We can also get some really good items here. We can get the Tier, which is almost an endgame level helmet for females. And we can also get this Change Rod, which increases a character's intelligence. So that makes black magic casters like Telehu we're going to get, and Georgie, their magic spells more powerful in battle because it can help increase their multiplier for damage. So yeah, having this equipment really helps make the next few dungeons a lot easier. So, and then of course just to advance the game, you just come back to the area where the bomb takes off. The dancing dagger is pretty powerful on its own, but the real quality of the item comes in when you use it as an item. So, and you'll see that later on in a future episode. Take care, have a good one. See you later.